is culminated with, I went to college for a year at UMass and I dropped out because I had no money. My parents had no money. We couldn't take on student debt. I couldn't pay for anything that you want to pay for, and my family needed my help. And so I went and got a job. But there was a glimmer of hope. There was a barrier. My barrier was financial. And the way the barrier was removed for me was because of the labor movement. I found a job. I was a lineman at the phone company back when you had landlines and all that fun stuff, and I climbed telephone poles and all of that. And I became a member of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers when I was 20 years old. And because I was a member of a union, and because my fellow union members had gone on strike and had stuck together and fought to make sure that a company now called Verizon, making $1 billion in profit every month, shared some of that profit with the people that earned them the money by doing all the work. And because of that, we had good health care. I had fair pay. I had sick time. I had safety standards on the job. Because every time you go to work, you want to come home to your family at night, right? And I had a tuition plan. And the tuition plan let me go back to school, finish my degree, get a law degree, do a bunch of things that I never thought was possible. So you fast forward from when I'm 19 years old, a college dropout, to 31 years old, a lawyer, still a payphone repairman, but ready to run for House of Representatives here in the Berkshires. And the difference was that opportunity. That barrier was removed from me. So at a moment right now, what is happening around this country with these unannounced layoffs, with this attack on working people, federal workers, the cutting of grants, this is resulting in people like 11-year-old Paul Mark all over this country, and they don't know how bad they might have it. And that set up a recession back in the early 90s that impacts everybody. And it's happening now because a billionaire and a multi-billionaire guiding him decided they need to take more money, that they need a tax cut. And because of that, they are intentionally damaging our community and communities all over this country. This matters to everybody, no matter what party you are, or if you're no party. It cuts across every state, and it's gonna hurt people all over this country. But I'm here to say in Massachusetts, we aren't gonna take it, and we're gonna lead the charge to make sure it is over as quickly as possible. 250 years ago, right down the street, right down Route 2 in Lexington and Concord, we started a revolution because the government then got a little too big for their britches. And I'm here to tell everybody that's listening out in Washington, Massachusetts isn't letting the king come back. And we're proving it all today because freedom and democracy is what you see right here. Freedom and democracy are a state of mind. And when I see these signs, I know the people in this state and ultimately in this country are not going to put up with this. So thank you all for taking the time to lead that charge and to make sure it's also known, as my friend said, due process, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, they do apply to everybody. And if they don't, they mean nothing. They apply to everybody, and we're going to fight to make sure that we stay there. So thank you all. I'm honored to be here and honored to fight with all of you. And now I'm grateful to introduce my good friend from the Berkshire Labor Council, from the Mass Teachers Association, a champion, a quiet-spoken, but nonetheless a long-time champion for labor, for workers, for immigrants, for every community in this county, Liz Recco Morrison.